Hello, this is Mr. Miller, and in this video we're going to do a few examples of classifying polynomials. The whole goal is to give you a little background so you complete the assignment in Google Classroom. The assignment kind of looks like this. You're giving a table and a bunch of polynomials, and you're supposed to describe some things about them. So the first thing we're supposed to describe is what's the best term to describe it. Is it a monomial, binomial, trinomial, or just a polynomial? First of all of them are polynomials. But if they have one term, like an E or C, then they're called a monomial. If they have two terms, like an A, they're called a binomial. If they have three terms, trinomial, and in general, if they have four or more, we just call them a polynomial. There's no special name for them. So this first one, as I said, has two terms. The terms are monomials, and when we add or subtract two of them, we get a binomial. So this is a binomial. So I'm going to abbreviate BIN for binomial. All right. The degree of all the terms. Well, this first monomial here, our first term, has only one variable, and the exponent is 6. So that's the degree of the first one. Remember, the degree of a term is the sum of their exponents. The second term, the exponent is 9. The degree of the whole polynomial is the degree of the greatest term. So we had one term with degree 6, one term with degree 9. The degree of the whole polynomial is 9. So it's the degree of the term that has the highest degree. The leading coefficient is the number that multiplies the variables in that term. So since the degree came from this monomial, the number multiplying it is 5. All right, let's go a little quicker through these other ones. This has three terms, three things being added or subtracted. So it is a trinomial, like tricycle. All right, tricycle has three wheels, trinomial has three terms. The degree of the first term is 3. That's the exponent in the first term. The second term, 4. And the last term, 7. So I look at the degree of each of the terms and select the largest one. So the degree of the whole thing is 7. That came from this guy. And the number multiplying it is -5. Remember, keep the minus with the number. All right, the next one only has one term. This is a monomial. It's a product of a number of variables. So there's only one term, monomial. The degree, well, you got to add up the exponents. 4 plus 6 plus 1. Remember, if a variable doesn't have an exponent, it counts as 1. So 4 plus 6 plus 1 is 11. There's only one term, so that's got to be the degree of the whole thing. And the coefficient of that term is 12. All right, take a look at this one. The terms are separated by pluses or minuses, so this one has two terms. This one is a binomial. The degree of a constant, a number by itself, is 0. It doesn't have a variable part at all, so the exponent is 0. This one has exponent 3, so that's the degree of that term. So the degree of the whole thing is 3. The coefficient of this term is 1. Since there's no number in front of it, we can think of it as 1 times x cubed. All right, this one, monomial, it only has one term. The degree, 0. It doesn't have an x term at all, or a variable term. Degree of the whole polynomial, 0. The number multiplying the term, 16. All right, last one, two terms. These two things are separated by subtraction. So this is a binomial. The degree of all the terms. Well, the first one, 6 plus 2 is 8. The degree of the second term, 4 plus 3 is 7. So the degree of the whole thing is 8. That came from, oops, not that one. That came from the first one. So the leading coefficient is 2. All right, so by the way, the leading coefficient of this one was 1. My 1 disappeared. So, give it a try, and I'll look at your work, and hopefully you got it all, and it all makes sense. But if you're having trouble somewhere, this is how we learn it. You give it a try, and I'll give you some feedback on it. All right? So, go for it. You should be ready to complete the assignment in Google Classroom. Good luck.